Imagine a child so overwhelmed by the buzz of a fluorescent light or the scratch of a sweater tag that they burst into tears or lash out in frustration. This isn't just being sensitive. It's a real neurological phenomenon, and scientists at UC San Francisco have just pinpointed its fingerprint in the brain. In a groundbreaking study, researchers used advanced brain imaging to uncover how children with sensory processing difficulties react to the world around them. Sensory processing disorder, while not yet officially recognized as a medical diagnosis, affects how the brain interprets and responds to sensory information, like sound, touch, and sight. This can lead to intense emotional and behavioral reactions, leaving parents and caregivers feeling helpless. But here's where it gets fascinating. The UCSF team, led by neuroradiologist Pratik Mukherjee and pediatric neurologist Elisa Marco, discovered a distinct pattern in the brains of children who are overly sensitive to sensory input. By scanning the brains of 83 neurodivergent children aged 8 to 12, they found that those who were highly sensitive showed lower activity in brain networks responsible for outward functions like movement and sensation. Conversely, their brains cranked up activity in networks linked to inward functions like self-control and impulse regulation. And this is the part most people miss. It's almost like these children's brains are working overtime to compensate for the overwhelming sensory input. As Mukherjee explains, when overstimulated, they dial up their inward-focused networks to regain control and dial down the outward-focused ones to minimize the sensory overload. This finding, published in the Journal of Neurodevelopmental Disorders, could revolutionize how we approach treatment. Currently, therapies often involve gradual exposure to sensory stimuli to build tolerance. But with this new understanding of the brain's role, treatments could become far more personalized. If we can map a child's brain patterns to their emotional and behavioral responses, Mukherjee says, we might tailor therapies to their specific needs. But here's the controversial part. While this research offers hope for more effective treatments, it also raises questions about how we perceive and address sensory sensitivities. Are we doing enough to accommodate these children in schools and public spaces? And could this research lead to over-medicalization of what some might argue is simply a variation of human experience? With an estimated 5% to 12% of US children facing sensory processing challenges, this study isn't just about science, it's about understanding and empathy. What do you think? Is sensory sensitivity a disorder that needs fixing, or a natural variation that deserves accommodation? Let's keep the conversation going in the comments below.